Here we go. Okay. This angle's just for a little bit. Oh, we were trying to... Okay, we need to get this as far away and as humanly possible. Hey, how it sounds. That sound better? Still picking up a little bit of feedback. Alright, let's turn that off then. And let's turn this off then. There we go. Okay. Alright, sorry guys. Kind of a new setup here that we're trying, and hopefully it'll work out. We'll turn it to the figure here in just a second. It's your boy Jay the Flash here on Twitch TV. If you're not doing so, please hit that follow button and turn those notifications to on so you know when we go live. Today it's kind of a little different. We're going to be doing some painting on a 3D printed Wolfman Leo. See how that goes. Kind of my first time doing this as well. And then, yeah, we can definitely chat it up while you guys are here. So I do want to just adjust this a little bit. Okay. There we go. Not too bad. I almost probably want more of an up angle though, don't I? I think that'll work out pretty good. You guys can kind of see what I'm doing there, right? Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So, although, I might actually, hang on a second. Let's just close that for a sec. Wrap that around. Wrap that around. I might actually, and then go, nope, no, we might have to. I just didn't want it to be. There we go. One day I'll have multiple camera angles, I promise. But, there we go. Yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. I do like that a lot better. So, painting custom figs. Not necessarily, I guess, you know, depending on what you're doing. And we're going to put that, I don't want it really close to that. I need to test this again though. There we go. Still getting a little bit of feedback. Hopefully it doesn't ring through the whole thing. I want that to be there. I need this somewhere though. There we go. That way I can still see the chat. There we go. Alright. Slide the chair up here. There we go. Alright. Acrylic paints are probably the best to use. Or at least the ones that I've had the most success with. And really the thing, too, is making sure you have a game plan for that, you know, and where you kind of want to start. I think the headpiece will be a pretty good start. We're going to start with our white on that, of course. Get some fill-ins. I might actually need, I want a smaller brush on this. Let's see. There we go. Multiple brushes always good as well, you know. Helps you get kind of in there a little bit. I also find probably spray painting is going to be probably a better option as well. But we'll just dive right into this, and hopefully, if anybody joins, I can catch you guys'. Just trying to figure out where to put that, actually. Would have made that so much easier. Try to do it without. It'll be perfect. Sorry, like I said, new setup. Trying to get it figured out here. See if we can do this more often. Alright. So, let's Go in here. We're gonna just get some white paint. Like I said, we want to start with the white because the other colors that we're gonna do over it should go over. So, there we go. Let's get some of this excess off here. We're gonna go right in. Get these eyes hit up best I can. Now, why we start with the white again, like I say, is because the other colors can kind of go over it. But try to get in there and get some good even strokes on it. I don't know why that's not coming through. Oh, there we go. There. Oh, there's more of the white. Before I want to give myself a little bit more light. Just a little quick. There we go. So we're gonna get this all over, but I'm trying to get that eye really well because I'm not gonna mind because when I'm painting over it should do pretty well. Oh, no, my hand's blocking that. Of course it is. There we go. This might not work this well on that side. I was thinking like I thought it was going to. Let's try to get. There we go. That a little bit better, maybe. That might actually even just be better to go right here. What's that? I don't really want to spin there. Spin it around here. There we go. No, that does look a little bit better. Like I said, just try to get, our main focus is trying to get as much white in that eye as possible. Again, the rest of this is going to get, and I'm kind of, the reason I want to actually kind of do this a little bit too is I want some of this white to fill in on the crevice, because when I go back over with what I've chosen for the fur color, it'll help wash it out a little bit. So The only bad thing is I don't have any like glow in the dark paint to give us the glow in the dark like the originals do, but I might go a lot back later and add some of it. Yeah, we really want to get those teeth really well, but we also want to get some of these crevices filled in because, like I said, should give some good contrast with what I chose for the fur. So using some of this excess paint, kind of get through there. I really want to clean out the teeth though. That way they still at least kind of show off as teeth. I have to go back in and touch it up just a little bit with some black to give us some outline, but like I said, this is just step one really, and we'll probably do this over a couple nights then, to kind of get that, to get this to completion. That's the other thing too. Take your time. Definitely isn't a rush game when it comes to these. Got that pretty well where I want it. Almost like I said, we'll let it dry out on that part now. So we'll go through and add some white to the other body parts. While we're doing that though, I am going to do something real quick. Getting this posted to the IG. See if we can't grab some people. Gotta chat us up. Perfect. Alright. We're good there. And then that. Perfect. And sure. And done. Okay. Just want to make sure. And we're back up here. Perfect. So I still want to keep using this smaller brush just because I feel like it's gonna be the difference maker. We want to get all this white throughout today. And mainly just the fur, because like I said, I think I have decided I'm going to do like a black fur, but it's definitely, I want it to have some white highlights so it'll like wash it out. If that makes any sense. So, really just got to get in there with this white. Like I said, I think one of the reasons I even got this was just to be able to do my own custom version without really sacrificing Wolfman Leo, because those are hard to come by, and they're also just, the originals are so great. You definitely don't want to waste that. Put this up here so it's a little bit, that looks a little bit better. Yeah, that sounds better. Okay. So yeah, we wanna make sure we don't waste this line. You know, we didn't want to waste a figure from that line. There's some that I've done customs on. I'm like my ground chucks. I have enough of those, and there's enough of those going around. I don't feel it's a waste, and you know, of a high fig item. But I thought this was pretty cool. I did purchase this on Whatnot, but it is from My Old Things. They are on Whatnot, Instagram. I think they might also have a website. Um, and they do some 3D resin stuff. They did this, obviously. They have some other figs they've done of the turtle line, at least that I know of. I don't know about like some of the other vintage toy lines, but I know they've done some of these. And they also did some accessories in clear resin, which I think is really cool. So I'm a really big fan of the clear accessories on the black belt storage shells. So I wish they would have done that for almost every, you know, fig line. And Ninja Turtle, I thought would have been a smart idea, but make sure we get those nails pretty good as well. Or claws. Like I said, main thing here is we're kind of just filling in these cracks. That's a little weird, but okay. To when we come back over with the black, it won't be as heavy, I don't think. At least that's what I'm hoping for. And then I also will probably kind of work a little bit on my Dallas Cowboys side project. That's mainly just getting it prepared for paint, because I don't have the spray paint cans I want yet. I'm going to get them hopefully tomorrow or Thursday. So I'm ready for Monday. I do need to kind of talk to work and see if I can wear my jersey Monday. Probably not, but I mean, I also have a smock that I wear all day, so I probably could, or a butcher coat, I guess, actually, that I wear all day, so I could technically wear it and wear that over it, so. Although, if I don't wear it and we win, then I can't ever wear it again, so. That's what I wasn't hoping for. I still haven't really decided on the color of the shirt just yet, either. Because, you know, the original one is white. I was thinking about trying to actually match the bandana color. I just don't know if it'll wash it out too much doing it that way. We'll have the bandana and the pads, so I might, or a lighter blue maybe, or even a full red. But or even try to do it flannel. Maybe a little bit harder than anticipated. I'll make sure I'm actually down here. Oops, my bad. I'll just point that up just a little bit more, maybe. There we go. Yeah, it's a little bit better, maybe. Put this down and do that. There we go. What's this one I was painting? Like I said, we're just making sure to get all these crevices kind of filled with some white, because when we go back over it with the black, it should help it pop just a little bit better. But we also have some white accent pieces that we got to make sure we don't paint over when we come back over either, but they have a little bit more white on them. And like I said, we might have to do multiple coats of white on this too to get that piece out that I want. I don't know if I need to necessarily do any of this on here because it's the shell. I mean, it might help the shell a little bit, so we might run it. But I need some more white. Give me a sec. Really getting in there. Like I said, I want to get that fur. So when we come back over with the black, it really pops. Now, I'm also going to say probably airbrushing is going to be even a better technique. I just don't have the money for one of those. Well, there's a little bit of fur there on the leg as well, so we want to hit that up just a little bit. Okay. It's already starting to dry pretty well. And it's going to look a little bad drying out, but I'm also going to go in there and really get in those teeth a little bit and clean them out just a little bit more. Like I said, this is mainly kind of just a base coat because of the gray that's kind of there. It's a little bit shiny. It'll help me find my spots I want to paint. I wanted to go back over this foot just a little bit more. There we go, get that way right there. I probably should, yeah, because the blue will still go over it pretty well too. We're going to wash this out just a little bit. I'm going to do blue jeans. I think that's going to be another smart bet to just stay with that same route. But like I said, if I could do the shirt flannel, that might be honestly the best option. I'm gonna look and see what I can do. Again, this is just a simple white wash on it, just to get, a base coat for us. So I might actually need to do that for the shirt up here too. Like I said, this resin is kind of shiny-ish, so kind of dulling this out will help the paint on the darker colors, I think, really well. I'm hoping. So. We're obviously going to do the bandana in the classic blue. So, that is Leo's color, so we're definitely going to stick with that. The snout's going to be the hardest part, I think. Just trying not to get in those teeth. So those teeth stay pretty white. I said, we're going to have to try to go back in possibly with a little bit of black too, to kind of differentiate just little gaps in the teeth, but we'll make it work, I promise. Alright. Head's looking pretty solid. Except for now, I'm feeling like I'm not high enough still. Adjusting it. There we go. We gotta see. You guys need to be able to see. God dang, Jack Skellington keeps activating outside. My wife, congratulations to her. She's been working her butt off at work and hit some big bonuses. So she went and bought a 13-foot Jack Skellington this year for us for Halloween decoration, and it moves. It's animatronic, so his head kind of moves back and forth, and his jaw moves as he says lines and sings some songs from the movie. That was pretty cool. And she earned it. It's one of the reasons I'm working so hard on this. I want to, be able to bring in some extra money as well for her. So, and the boy. As you guys saw him today, he was very much in every stream today so far, except for tonight's because he's finally asleep, thank God. Because doing this with him awake would be kind of a nightmare, not gonna lie. If you saw any of the Red Dead stream, you could kind of tell what, And if you saw the NFL stream, you definitely know. He was, at least the start of it, he was very active in that first stream. That's part of being a dad, though, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. So this part right here kind of has that back heel up, so we want to make sure. I need to get just a little bit higher, I guess. Trying to find that comfortability spot for myself. Yeah, that'll work. Like I said, this is a beta one. This is our beta run on Paint and Figs, so for a stream and seeing what we need to replace, kind of maybe what we need to do, maybe a second camera even. I'll be able to do that. I'm learning a little bit more about the OBS system, and I'm using the Twitch beta one right now. It is a little bit, I would recommend for newer streamers to just go with the Twitch one, just because it helps you right off the get-go, and you don't have to do a whole lot of stuff without, not necessarily learn. OBS isn't a difficult system to run. I don't think. I don't have the. Honestly, my laptop doesn't have the capabilities, so I'm kind of limited there for a little bit until I can get the PC situation taken care of. But hopefully by the start of next year is the goal. Because I've loved streaming Red Dead with you guys. That's been so much fun. I love doing this. The Turt Talks. Even though not a lot of people have joined, it's still, we'll get there. We will get there. Alright, let's do another wash on this real quick. Do all this. Kind of cool thing about these 3D resin prints too is they're kind of the joint sockets. I like them. They are still pretty easily breakable, but these aren't meant for obviously playing. These are meant for displays, so they work very well for that concept, in my personal opinion. If anybody cares. Alright, there we go. Hit that up there. We're both really into this kind of stuff. She is way better at doing this stuff than I am. They're actually going to be doing this Saturday with my nieces and nephews, like an arts and crafts Halloween party thing, for them to kind of make their own decorations and some other things. She's also starting work on our son's Halloween costume. It's going to be Cody Rhodes this year, so she's building him a ring attire from the ground up, which I think is pretty cool because there's just not a lot of toddler. There's actually no toddler WWE or Cody Rhodes costumes, so making our own. We probably could have switched to the bigger brush for this one. Yeah. Not there. I know I had it. Like I said, we just want to kind of get this white base throughout the whole fig because it'll help paint over with the other colors and give them a little bit more pop. Yes, I need to go look at my color palettes and make sure I can actually mix some of the proper colors I want for the shells. I mean, so you know, like the back part of the shell, the front part of the shell, they're both unique colors, and I want to make sure I can actually mix them. I'm doing this actually with an acrylic paint set I just got for my birthday from my mother-in-law. Thank you to her. And yeah. It's always nice to have, you know, family that supports you in your stuff, and both on my side and her side we have plenty of support, which is greatly appreciated. So that's not too bad there. Alright, so we got the whitewash really on there pretty good and decent. Might just get these toes really quick with this and see if that'll do better. Yeah, that'll be a little bit better. Like I said, the parts that we want to keep white, we're going to run just a little bit more over them. Just because we want that white to really set in on them. Now I want to remind everyone I'm very amateur at this. I'm by no means a professional. I'm just a guy that likes to do it and enjoys it. Because it's actually kind of relaxing just a little bit to hit all this. So I'm going to actually go turn him down when the dog's outside. Just because it is getting super loud at night. Alright, well, not a bad start, like I said. We're going to let this dry overnight and come back to it for over the week. And come back for next week's episode. So, let's get that back down there. Twisted it just a little bit. There we go. Yeah, so there we go. Not too crazy. And kind of fitting, as we knock over everything, and I really don't want to touch all that because my hands are still kind of wet with paint. Casey, please stand. Thank you. Leo, please stand. Thank you. A little bit there. Okay. So yeah, I mean, not a lot to it today. We'll get into detailed ones. I just kind of more of a test run to see where I'm at and what it's looking like. And I take the camera completely with me here. Again, I might reset up my whole setup for next week because I'm just not really enjoying this. There we go. With this camera. Okay, there we go. I don't know if any of you saw my TikTok or Instagram post the other day about the mask that I kind of did for the Dallas Cowboys thing. Let's pull this back to there. There we go. But we have a new mask in because the first one was kind of just a prototype run to see where I wanted to go with it. So we're going to start painting that bad boy up this week as well. I am donning a full... We'll go ahead and flip this around to me here. There we go. Maybe. Let's hold it. I am going to be donning a outfit of sorts on game days going forward-ish. Except for, the game days I'm at work. God, that looks terrible. That was a terrible angle for me. There we go. But yeah, I'm going to work on that because... when I go down to Dallas November 30th, I'm going to be trying to run into the Cowboys Mandalorian down there and hopefully some other super fans. So I'm trying to kind of get my own character going. We're going to do kind of like a Grim Reaper-ish. So yeah, I think we're going to kind of end it there. I didn't want to spend a lot of time, like I said, it's a trial run. Just want to see what it looks like, and we'll set it up. I might set these up for Saturday nights going forward just because I'll have more time and not have to worry about getting up for work the next morning. So, yeah. Pretty cool. So hopefully you guys watch this a little later. Make sure you hit that follow button. Turn those notifications to on so you can join us for the next lives. And maybe if you see this a little later on YouTube, just hit the like and subscribe there. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good evening, y'all. Oh, I didn't end. There we go. I'll have to do